The Fat Man in the Fallout universe is among the most powerful weapons. It's a catapult for mini nuclear bombs that are pretty devastating, taking even the biggest of foes down in only one serving. Well, they're small nuclear bombs, so yeah, it's pretty devastating, obviously. But what if someone were to attempt to beat the entirety of Fallout 3 while using only the Fat Man as a way to kill? Can you beat Fallout 3 with only the Fat Man? I was born in this world, became a man and named myself Fatboy Jacob. If I was a rapper, that would be my name. I created my D&D character and mom overdosed. My specials were 10 in strength because I had no idea what were the strength requirements to use the Fat Man properly, if there is any. 1 in perception and agility since I don't see any use in it, 10 in endurance to become an emotionless bullet sponge later in life, 3 in charisma because I had some spare points, 10 in intelligence to level up faster and 5 in luck because I have no clue of what luck do in general. Like I know it's good for crits, but I'm using a freaking mini nukes launcher, so why would I care about crits? Father understood that I escaped the confines of my cage even after I locked myself in again. He read some useless shit while I had fun. It took so long to read that I turned 10 after I was finished. Amata threw a party in my honor, she had a present for me. I thought it was a date with Christine Kendall, no idea who the fuck that even is. But Amata judged me when I suggested my ID. What a bitch. Don't mind the fact that she's only 10 at the time. I insulted Butch's mom, which prompted him to try to murder me. I tried to give a sweet roll to the overseer to have the guards ask me if anyone stole my sweet roll and blame the overseer for him to be executed. But instead he called me a brat. I shot the roach with the BB gun because you have to progress and I could escape while being a baby, I can't be bothered with that. So yeah, challenge is failed, but unless you escape as a baby or a child, you're gonna have to kill that roach, and fail. I used this fail to have a justification to shoot Dad and Jonas with the BB gun for the fun of it. I aced to go out and choose my own skills which were better because mini nukes are expensive, medicine to heal all of my scars and big guns, cause the Fat Man is, well, it's in the name. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I had to flee the vaults. I told Butch to fuck off and for some reasons Amata was just standing there being the queen of the roaches. I was lost because I did not play the game in at least 3 years if not more. I attempted to get my head penetrated by this thing and left the vault. Right outside of the vault I leveled up and chose Swift Learner for an XP bonus each time I earned some. First impacts left Doc House's pocket to join mine, and I entered the Megaton, but I wasn't really interested in it because I wanted to start off by getting my hands on a Fat Man. The best way to do that is to follow the story, but when you haven't played the game in 4 years you don't know exactly where to go, because after 5 years you forgot a lot of the game. I passed near Greyditch where Stupid wanted to annoy me with his hands problem, but I don't care about him, so I ran as fast as I could to escape his wrath. I used my body to disarm some mines on the bridge. I was looking for the train station that would allow me to go to Gienor Plaza where a Fat Man is located. I got so mad that the render distance was so low that I left after finding the metro station. Inside the station I did a 720 no-scope to avoid getting bitten by some mole rats. I led some ghouls to Shrek but they were only interested in me and I was finally back outside. I hid myself in a pod while a super mutant was doing a backflip, and Sarah antagonized me with her voice. Instead of losing time pushing with the Brotherhood, I just ran through the building. I found my Fat Man 8 nuclear babies on a corpse outside of Free Dog's place. It wasn't in the best condition ever, but as long as it can catapult my babies, I'm fine with it. And I wasn't talking about literal babies, it's just a metaphorical way to say mini nukes, even though I believe that a baby launcher would be more devastating because of child support. The behemoth arrived late to the party, all his friends were already dead. I missed my first shot because I'm an idiot, but the second one killed the beast. The Brotherhood outside was trying to kill me for some reason, maybe by killing Shrek with nuclear bomb, one of them received dust in his eye socket. The dog spoke with me, but since I was only here to get me a Fat Man, I didn't care about what he wanted and moved on. The Brotherhood outside wasn't trying to murder me anymore and I wanted to make my way to River City. But on the way there I saw the most accurate man with a missile launcher. Don't worry, he didn't miss by a country mile there. He was just aiming for a bird somewhere. And yeah, a missile launcher is not the best way to hunt birds, but it works, so who the fuck are you to judge? I discovered the Jefferson Memorial for later and saw the reincarnation of Jesus himself, as a super mutant. I always knew Jesus was an heretic. I got shot a couple of times with a minigun and made it in River City. The last time I played, so like 7 years ago, I didn't understand River City. And I still don't, so I got easily lost looking for the marketplace. I could have just pulled out my phone and get scammed, but it's not the same marketplace I'm looking for. When I found it, shrapnel from Shrapnel and Flak at 4 mini nukes, but I could only afford 3 of those 4, and that was by selling most of my stuff. Since I wasn't doing what Free Dog wanted me to do, I wanted to directly go to Smith Casey's garage, but I have no clue of where the fuck it is. I stumbled into a death claw somewhere and got into a building where while watching back I just realized there was a mini nuke right there in front of me, but I missed it due to a grenade explosion. I arrived somewhere that wasn't where I wanted to be, but there was a huge green princess to free. I thought that the generator needed to be destroyed, but I realized that there was a switch right there. So I freed the green princess, hoping that she would thank me by committing mass murder on all of the riders. But she was more interested in killing me than anyone else. Even after I escaped her view, she still wasn't killing any of the riders. So I sent the princess to Eck. Smith cases appeared in the horizon and I entered in. But since mom told me to not use nuclear bombs inside, I just ran past the moles. Inside, I played with the power of God and used the console command to kill someone, but it didn't work. I tried to disable that, but only the egg disappeared, so I used the kill command on him. But still nothing, and talking to him just brings the abyss closer to me than ever. I disabled someone else's pod and they disappeared with it into the darkness. Inside Tranquility Lane, I summoned the forces of heaven to come and take the lives of all the citizens. It was a glorious spectacle to watch. As I left my egg, one of the commie even got knocked. Not sure that happened, but he should be executed. Falling in battle isn't allowed, only the cowards die or get knocked during wars. Daddy talked with me and I followed him to see if he would really go to Yvette City or if this was another one of his lies. It took 45 minutes, a lot of dead animals, a couple of dead raiders, and I used one of the mini nukes to destroy a turret that was unreachable for Daddy. And yeah, OBS is a piece of shit because it froze here. But Daddy murdered the rest of them. We went around the citadel and I had to use another mini nuke on some raiders that Dad couldn't reach. And if they don't die, Dad is never gonna say goodbye to the fight. Because you know the rules. Dad's got a commitment to kill everyone that may hurt me. I wouldn't get this from my real father, but you got to understand that for murder, Dad is never gonna give it up. He's never gonna let down of his trusty tire iron and he's never gonna go get milk. Dad got knocked a couple of times while fighting a super mutant with a minigun, but he got him in the end. But he got knocked again near the Jefferson Memorial, and I also watched him in TFC get knocked at least 10 times while he was trying to fight some super mutants that captured someone that we didn't free even after all of the mutants were dead. And also Papa got a minigun now. Dad and I arrived in Yvette City. I bought the mini nuke I left behind earlier and resupplied on Steam packs from Red Hat Cunt in Megaton. To progress in the story, I had to clean the Jefferson Memorial of the super mutants living in it, which if you can't guess it is a problem due to the fact that they're inside the building, which with any other gun it wouldn't be much of a problem, but with the fat man I need to be extra careful to not blow myself up, and I believe that I did a good job at that. In the first part I let the turret do most of the killing for me and I only fired 6 mini nukes and I didn't even die once. I purchased another fat man to repair mine and did some manual labor for Dad and the enclave arrived. Dad got a cardiac arrest and since I only had 1 mini nuke left, fighting was a waste. So I ran through the escape tunnel with the eggheads. Madison talked her way into the club and I had to find me a geek. Rothschild served his only purpose in the game and while trying to resupply on pocket nukes I realized that the marketplace is like the French one. Extremely lazy. They don't work at night. And what if I want a fucking burger at 2 AM? What's the big deal? Frank had 1 mini nuke to sell and I was now making my way towards Little Lamplight. I witnessed a super mutant and his weird dog murder a bunch of cows for fun. And I got into Lamplight by using the Child at Heart perk that I picked at some point. I used one of my nuclear babies to see how many kids I can atomize in a single blast. The answer is none since Bethesda is a terrible company. The only ones to die were Doug and Rex. I wasn't sure to get into Vault 87 from Lamplight, so I tried to quick save and quick load my way through the gate. I couldn't make it work, so I asked the mayor to let me through, which he did. And I ignored the super mutants like I ignore my responsibilities as an adult. So basically they exist, but I just choose to pretend they don't exist. I got lost, freed focus from his solitary confinement and I let him do the killing as we made our way to the cake that he retrieved for me. I got flashbanged even when I was way past the flash grenade, and the president wanted to meet me personally, so I got lost for the 69th time in this video and finally found my way to the president. I got the FEV and convinced the president to destroy Ravenrock. I ignored the focus when I fast traveled before he could talk to me and I resupplied on mini nukes from shrapnel. Back at the citadel I tried to get pulled out of my misery by standing in front of someone that was training on how to hit a target with a firearm, but he wasn't shooting at me. Everyone was ready to go take back the purifier but me I wasn't, because I left for 10 minutes to go walk the dog. I became an honorary member of the Pride. I'm bi, so that's not a huge change for me. Me, my friends and their giant pet robot went to do the gay pride parade. A lot of homophobic people died, so it was a lot of fun, because spilling the blood of the intolerance is always a lot of fun. You should try it sometimes. I tried to fire a mini nuke at Liberty Prime to see if he could turn into a dead robot, but nope, he don't care. On the Causeway Bridge, I pushed Sarah into the water and I accidentally quick saved as I was about to fall in the drink too. I found my way back to the robot and he did a nice 360 quadruple quickscope with a nuclear bomb. Sarah and me were now in the Jefferson Memorial and we had to push through some enclave soldiers. So since it's the end I used my mini nukes on the first few, but I wasn't concerned enough to kill more of them. I killed the two main friends with a mini nuke and decided to sacrifice myself, so I entered into the purifier to enter the code, and with that I did not beat Fallout 3 with only the fat man because of that stupid roach. Well, this was a short video. Like, I only did 4 hours of playthrough because I thought that it would be enough, but it wasn't. But yeah, with that said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you did not enjoy it, go get a colonoscopy with a nuclear bomb.